The beginning of it all. A name that echoes through the corridors of power, a figure shrouded in both admiration and skepticism. We embark on a journey to unravel the enigma that is Atong Ang. The name Atong Ang, or Charlie Atong Ang, a moniker that frequently surfaces in the headlines, is often heard in the news and in conversations, whispered in boardrooms and debated on television screens. Always with a sense of mystery and controversy, a narrative woven with threads of speculation and intrigue. He's a figure that sparks debate, a subject of endless fascination. He is a businessman, a shrewd negotiator, and a player in the complex game of commerce. A friend to powerful people, a confidant to those who shape the nation's policies, and for some, a person with great influence behind the scenes. A puppeteer perhaps, pulling strings in the intricate theater of Philippine society. He was born into a simple family of Chinese descent, a heritage that instilled in him certain values and a unique perspective. So from childhood, he grew up in a culture that valued, a community that emphasized the importance of family, tradition, and perseverance. Hard work and resourcefulness, the cornerstones of his upbringing, the principles that would later define his career. He did not come from a rich family. His path to success was not paved with privilege. Everything he achieved was a result of his own, a testament to his grit, determination, and unwavering focus. Effort and intelligence, a potent combination that propelled him forward, allowing him to navigate the complexities of the business world. In the business world, he is known as a successful entrepreneur, a visionary who built empires from the ground up. In politics, he is linked to former presidents and officials, a network of connections that has both aided and complicated his journey. Despite the controversy, the scandals that have swirled around him, the accusations that have been leveled against him, Atong Ang is also a generous friend and willing to help those in need. A philanthropist who quietly supports various causes, a side of him often overshadowed by the controversies. His name has become synonymous with the gambling industry in the Philippines, a realm where fortunes are made and lost, and where he has undeniably left his mark. A story of ambition, success, and ongoing controversy. The Atong Ang narrative is a complex tapestry woven with threads of triumph and tribulation, a story that continues to unfold. Atong Ang's childhood was far from luxurious. He grew up in Cagayan, in a Filipino-Chinese family that started with nothing. At a young age, he learned the importance of hard work, perseverance, and resourcefulness. He helped with the family's small business, where he first honed his skills in talking to people and understanding income and expenses. His real university was the streets. That's where he learned resourcefulness and the importance of being creative in facing problems. Poverty was not a hindrance. Instead, it became an inspiration to succeed. He promised himself that he would lift his family out of hardship. This determination pushed him to try his luck in Manila, bringing with him the lessons of his childhood. Upon arriving in Manila, the bustling capital of the Philippines, Atong Ang stepped into a world vastly different from what he knew. The city was a whirlwind of activity, a melting pot of cultures and opportunities, but also a place of immense challenges. Life was not easy for Atong Ang. He faced numerous obstacles and setbacks as he navigated the complexities of a new environment. The initial days were marked by uncertainty and the struggle to find his footing in a competitive landscape. He started with small businesses, humble ventures that tested his resilience and resourcefulness. These early endeavors were crucial learning experiences, providing him with invaluable insights into the intricacies of entrepreneurship. He took on the role of an agent, connecting buyers and sellers, honing his communication and negotiation skills. This experience allowed him to understand the dynamics of the market and build a network of contacts. He also ventured into organizing small gambling operations, a risky but potentially lucrative endeavor. This exposed him to the world of gaming and entertainment, sparking an interest that would later shape his career. And importing products, navigating the complexities of international trade and logistics. This broadened his understanding of global markets and the opportunities they presented. Slowly he built his network within the Filipino-Chinese community, a close-knit group known for their business acumen and entrepreneurial spirit. This community provided him with support, guidance, and valuable connections, using his skills in negotiation and relationship building to forge strong alliances and partnerships. He understood the importance of trust and mutual benefit in fostering long-term business relationships. He was not afraid to talk to anyone, regardless of their status or background, recognizing that every interaction could potentially lead to a valuable opportunity, as long as it was for the good of the business, always prioritizing the growth and success of his ventures. He approached every conversation with a clear objective and a willingness to explore mutually beneficial outcomes. His reputation and word became his capital, the foundation upon which he built his business empire. He understood that trust was the most valuable asset in the business world. In every transaction, big or small, he made sure he was honest and reliable, earning the respect and trust of his partners and clients. This commitment to integrity set him apart from the competition and paved the way for future success. As his business grew, fueled by his hard work and unwavering commitment, Atong Ang began to look for bigger opportunities, seeking new challenges and avenues for growth. He was always on the lookout for the next big thing, constantly analyzing market trends and identifying potential areas for expansion. He noticed the potential of the gambling industry, a sector that was rapidly growing and evolving. A field with great profits if managed well, but also one that required careful planning and execution. He recognized the risks involved but was confident in his ability to navigate the complexities of the industry. This was the beginning of his rise, the turning point in his career that would propel him to new heights. From a small businessman to a major player in the industry, a testament to his vision, determination, and unwavering work ethic. He was ready to face bigger challenges, armed with the knowledge, experience, and network he had painstakingly built over the years. The journey ahead would be filled with obstacles, but Atong Ang was prepared to meet them head-on. Atong Ang's entry into the gambling industry was a result of careful strategy. In the 1990s, Jai Alai became popular again in the Philippines. That's where he saw great potential. He used his connections and capital to get a franchise and operate Jai Alai operations. He didn't just offer a game, he turned it into a full entertainment experience with beautiful stadiums and good service. He proved that gambling could be a legitimate business as long as it followed the law. The business grew quickly, but along with it came intense competition and legal challenges. Instead of being scared, he became more determined and strengthened his alliances in the industry. He expanded his interests into other gaming operations, so his name became synonymous with gambling. Success in gambling brought him wealth, power, and wider influence. Atong Ang's success relies on strong relationships and partnerships. He formed alliances with businessmen and politicians to expand his Jai Alai operations and other businesses. His closest and most controversial partnership was with former President Joseph Estrada, which gave him great influence in Pagcor. He expanded his business into online gaming and e-sabong, using technology to broaden the reach of cockfighting. Pitmasters Live became the main operator of e-sabong, earning billions of pesos. Gambling isn't his only business. He also has investments in real estate, agriculture, and more. His strategy is always to diversify and look for new opportunities. Atong Ang is not just a gambling operator but a skilled businessman who knows how to adapt and innovate. Along with Atong Ang's success, which saw him rise to prominence in various business ventures, came a parallel narrative. His entrepreneurial spirit and knack for identifying lucrative opportunities propelled him forward. But this ascent was not without its shadows. Came a series of controversies and legal challenges. These challenges weren't mere bumps in the road. They were significant hurdles that tested his resilience and forced him to navigate complex legal landscapes. He was at the center of the Yueteng Gate scandal, a major controversy that shook the political landscape and implicated numerous high-profile figures. The scandal brought intense scrutiny and public outcry. During Estrada's time, a period marked by political upheaval and allegations of corruption at the highest levels of government. The scandal cast a long shadow, impacting not only Atong Ang but also the Estrada administration, which led to his departure from the Philippines, a decision made amidst mounting pressure and the threat of legal repercussions. This marked a significant turning point in the unfolding saga. And hiding in America, seeking refuge from the storm of accusations and investigations back home. His time in the United States was far from peaceful, as authorities pursued him across international borders. He was arrested in the U.S., a moment captured by media outlets worldwide, signaling the beginning of his legal battles on foreign soil. The arrest set in motion a complex extradition process. Extradited, back to the Philippines to face the charges leveled against him. This extradition was a crucial step in bringing him before the Philippine justice system. and faced corruption charges, allegations that he had abused his position for personal gain, undermining public trust and the integrity of government institutions, and plunder charges, accusations of amassing illicit wealth through illegal means, a crime punishable by severe penalties under Philippine law. These charges carried significant weight and public condemnation. Upon his return, he became a state witness against Estrada, a surprising turn of events that saw him cooperating with the prosecution in exchange for leniency. A move that raised more questions about his motives and the true extent of his involvement in the alleged crimes. The public and the media scrutinized this decision intensely. Recently, Hakbang became controversial again, reigniting debates about the ethical and social implications of online gambling and its potential for exploitation. Due to issues of gambling addiction, a growing concern as more people gain access to online platforms, leading to potential financial ruin and social problems. And the disappearance of cockfight enthusiasts, a disturbing development that sparked investigations and raised serious questions about the safety and regulation of the industry. He defended the business as legal, emphasizing that it operated within the bounds of the law and contributed to the economy through job creation and revenue generation, and helpful to the economy, arguing that it generated significant tax revenue and provided employment opportunities for many Filipinos, boosting economic activity. But the criticism didn't stop, as opponents continued to voice concerns about the social costs and ethical implications of gambling, regardless of its economic benefits. He often faced the media, holding press conferences and giving interviews to address the allegations and defend his business practices. To explain his side, presenting his perspective and attempting to clarify misunderstandings surrounding his business dealings and legal challenges. Showing the image of a businessman who follows the law, committed to ethical conduct and adhering to all relevant regulations and legal requirements. When the government stopped Hakbang due to growing public pressure and concerns about its negative impacts, he faced a significant financial setback. He complied, demonstrating his respect for the rule of law and his willingness to abide by government decisions, even when they negatively impacted his business interests. Even though he lost a lot of income, accepting the financial consequences of the government's decision and adapting to the changing business environment, these challenges continue to shape his public image, influencing how he is perceived by the media, the public, and his peers in the business community. Despite everything, the controversies, the legal battles, and the public scrutiny, he has shown a remarkable ability to bounce back from adversity. He remains strong in the face of controversy, continuing to pursue his business interests and navigate the complex world of Philippine politics and commerce. Behind the powerful image, Atong Ang has a private life. He is known as a loving father and husband who protects his family from the public eye. One of his hobbies is collecting expensive cars and motorcycles, a way for him to relax. This hobby shows his love for speed and design, which perhaps also reflects his business style. He's also known for being generous to friends and those in need. Despite his wealth, he prefers a simple life. Eating in ordinary restaurants and chatting with friends, he hasn't forgotten his roots, so he remains grounded. His personal life gives a more complete picture of a person who is complex but true to himself. What is Atong Ang's legacy in the history of business and politics in the Philippines? His story proves that resourcefulness, determination, and the right connections can lift someone from nothing. He is an innovator in the gambling industry, especially in using technology for cockfighting. Despite the stopping of Hakbang, he remains an important figure in business and politics. But his name is also tainted by controversy, a symbol of problems in the country's system. His legacy is a reminder of the thin line between success and controversy. His story reflects Philippine society full of opportunities, challenges, and contradictions. Atong Ang has left his marked success with responsibility and a debate about right and wrong.